Hello everyone, today we're making Snickers cheesecake.
Let's see what's cooking, let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking, it's time for yoyomax12.
To make Snickers cheesecake, you of course will need Snickers bars. I used 5 bars in total, 4 bars for the cheesecake and 1 bar for garnish. And for each Snickers bar, I cut them up into little pieces. And if you've never seen a Snickers before, it has peanuts and caramel, nougat, and then chocolate on the top. So I cut the bars in half and then cut them into small pieces. The size of pieces is up to you. The base of this cheesecake is made up of Oreo cookies. So what you need to do is process 20 Oreo cookies in a food processor until they are fine crumbs. You can also put them in a plastic bag and just pound them with a rolling pin if you want, just as long as you get the cookies into small crumbs. Then add 5 tablespoons of melted butter or margarine and stir it around in the crumbs until it's well combined. And yes, the cookies have the cream in the center. I processed the entire cookie whole. Once your crumbs are mixed, you're going to pour them into an 8 by 8 inch baking dish that's been lined with aluminum foil. I used non-stick foil. If you're using regular foil, make sure you spray your foil with baking spray or grease it with butter prior to putting your crumbs in. Then you're going to bake these crumbs in the oven at 350 degrees for about 9 or 10 minutes. While you're waiting for the base to bake, make the filling. That's 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese that's been brought to room temperature, 1 egg, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then add 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. Then you're going to blend this by hand or with an electric mixer about 6 or 7 minutes until it is nice and smooth and creamy and there are no big chunks of cream cheese left in the mix. And there it is. You can see it's nice and creamy. Once it's all done, you can stir in an additional 1/3 cup of chocolate chips as well as the 4 chopped up Snickers bars. The chocolate chips are optional. You don't have to add those in if you don't want to. So fold the candy and the chocolate into the cheesecake mixture. Do it gently because you don't want to break up the chocolate bar pieces. And then spoon it over top of the cookie crumb base. Spread it around, and then you're ready to bake it. Now, a trick that works very well with cheesecake to keep the tops from cracking while it's baking is to place your container into another baking dish that's been filled with hot water, or to put another dish of hot water in the oven while you're baking your cheesecake. So that's what I did. I put the baking dish into a larger dish, filled it with hot water until it was about halfway up the size of the cheesecake, and I let it bake that way at 350 degrees for about 35 minutes until when you touch it, it feels set and the edges may start to brown. I had no browning on my cheesecake at all, and I think it's because I used the water bath. There were a few little cracks on the top of the cheesecake, fairly minor, and I don't think it really took away from the cheesecake at all. It could be I overbaked it maybe by about 5 minutes or so. I let it cool in the water bath on top of the stove with the heat turned off for about an hour, and then I put it in the refrigerator to chill completely for several hours. Now you can see how easy it is with that aluminum foil. You lift it right out of the pan. The pan's not even dirty. You can put it right back in the cupboard, and it's a lot easier to slice this way. So I peeled the paper off and I put it right on the cutting board. And to garnish this, I used that 1 Snickers bar that was cut up, the 5th Snickers bar. Now, if I were to do this again, I wouldn't try to press them in after the cheesecake was cooled. I would probably do it just as it comes out of the oven when it's kind of soft, and they would kind of sink in and they would melt in a little bit and they would stay nicely when you cut it. Optionally, you can drizzle a little bit of melted chocolate over top of your cheesecake, or you could use chocolate syrup or caramel syrup, whatever you'd like, and then cut it into serving sized pieces. This is cheesecake and Snickers together. It is delicious. Cheesecake is one of my most favorite desserts ever, and this one certainly did not disappoint me. The Oreo crust is wonderful, and there's nice big chunks of Snickers bars in this. It is delicious. Give it a try. Now I have many cheesecakes on my channel because I love cheesecake and I'm always looking for some great new recipes. I put all my cheesecake recipes in one playlist. So if you want to see it, go ahead and click on the cow kettle on your screen or see the link to the playlist in the About section below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.